Videonya dihidupkan atau bagaimana ya? Tidak usah.
Ya, tidak usah, Bu. Saya sudah mulai recording ya, Bu, ya?
Ya, oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam. Terima kasih kepada semua peserta webinar yang telah hadir pada malam ini untuk menghadiri presentasi dari Ibu Eva S. Gultom yang berasal dari Universitas Halu Oleo Kendari. Malam ini Ibu Eva Gultom akan menyajikan sebuah materi yang sangat menarik, yaitu tentang how to teach English speaking online in a big class. Untuk tidak memperpanjang waktu, mari kita dengarkan presentasi yang akan dipersembahkan oleh Ibu Eva. Kepada Ibu Eva, kami persilahkan.
Terima kasih Bu Eva Yanti untuk perkenalannya. Good evening, everybody. So actually, I'm really excited to perform tonight. So before we go to my topic, I would like to share you some rules. So first of all, it's about please make sure that your microphone starts off, and then you are pleased to raise hand if you have questions. And then the third one, if you have any problems with your connection, please tell us, inform us immediately. And then in the end of this presentation, there will be a link of attendance. Okay, so this is my short introduction. I was born in Medan on April 20, 1986. And I'm purely Bateknis, and then I'm now teaching at University of Halu Oleo Kendari. Okay, so actually the reason why I chose this topic is because based on my experience. So in this case study, I took it at my place, University of Halu Oleo Kendari. So basically, nowadays, I'm still handling 2 massive classes, which each of them consists of 80 to 70 students. So as a lecturer, it will be the biggest obstacle for me to teaching English. Speaking English online, because as we know that not all students are really enjoyable with this situation. And then the second is about my presentation. Here I will share about the effectiveness of online platform, because during my teaching, I usually use online platform to support my learning progress. And then the second one, I would like to share you the comparison teaching speaking English by online and offline. Okay, to shorten the time. So as I said before, I'm handling basic speaking. So basic speaking is for the primary or basic level at my faculty. And then in collecting the data, I took online class observation, and that's why I am so confident to present about this case. Okay, and then the common problems during speaking activities. So actually these problems are not only faced by my students, but also for common people. So mostly students, they don't want to speak. Why? Because there are many reasons. Or one of them is because of their shyness. Mostly students, they are very shy to speak. They are more confident in speaking mother language bahasa, and that's why students lack required vocabulary because they only have limited words to spell out. And then when I am breaking them into small groups, there is tendency for them to use their native language. And of course, as a teacher, I should conduct like a specific strategy how to overcome them to use bahasa so often. And then the last is about being afraid of making errors. Just because they don't want to make any errors, they are afraid of being left by classes. And then unfortunately, it brings them into like a traumatic. So that's why, as a teacher, we need to arrange some strategies how these barriers will not give the impact on their psychological situation. And then this is the online platform that I used while I'm teaching. So Elsa speaking here is very helpful uh, to check their pronunciation. I usually encourage my students to download these apps on their smartphone so that whenever they are talking in English, they can check the pronunciation. Is it correct or not? And then for YouTube, is very helpful to prepare the content itself. And then I usually use videos to to make them more interested. And then for Google Classroom, on this platform, I usually attach some models and then videos and also attendance link and so on. For Zoom, yeah, we every time we have a class, we use Zoom. Actually, I'm not really attached on Google Meet since it is not really friendly for me. And then for word wall, it's very useful to have like a warming up. So before I conduct my first class, I usually use wordwall.net for making them more interested on my lesson. Okay, and then why I should provide online platform here for teaching speaking, because they are very easier um, and helpful access of information. Sometimes teachers like me, I am so limited. That's why I use these platforms to help me. And then on Zoom, it provides voice recording and analysis tools. So voice recording allows me to concentrate on evaluating the output, and later on it makes me much easier to give my students personalized feedback then. And then how about the strategies of teaching speaking? Of course, designing some digital contents. Nowadays, digital contents is very attractive. Whenever we are teaching our students by online, if we do not use these digital contents, then I believe that more than 50% our students will not get the target. And then Choosing online learning platforms. I guess I have explained about this in the first explanation. And then setting up breakout rooms. On Zoom, there is another feature. It is called breakout rooms. So in a massive class, yeah, I usually break them into 10 groups, into 10 breakout rooms. Yeah, on this case, it will be very exhausted because you as a teacher needs to pop in and out at each other. But it's very helpful. Why? Because by doing this, we can give um feedbacks to our students, and then by breaking them into small groups, we can detect what their weaknesses and strengths, and then it is needed to ask feedback from our students. So it's not only about giving them feedback, but also asking them feedbacks about our teaching methods. And then by the end of the classroom, I usually give them conclusion because somehow internet connection is the biggest barrier. For example, like in the first meeting, they are online, but somehow they get lost in the middle, and we don't know what was happening with them. Okay, so the last is about comparison between online and face-to-face. So actually, this comparison is also same to what we are facing right now, not only in English subject, but also in all subjects. For online, uh, teachers, we have limited space, especially when we are teaching in speaking. It's very absurd for me to teaching speaking for them. Why? Because somehow students nowadays they are very tricky. Why? They sometimes they call their friends to substitute their self uh, to talk. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, and then the technical issues, of course, internet connection, and then for online, we use a voice recording. So as mentioned before, voice recording is very helpful for me to check, and I can concentrate on evaluating the output later on. For face-to-face, I cannot, oh sorry, face-to-face, the relationship between teachers and students are built. So we are more engaging to see or to check our students emotionally and physically. And then reliability is very helpful because on this occasion teachers could check and supervise the pronunciation of students in real action. And then personal contact, of course. Learning is not only about uh, for academic purpose, but it is also about our relation. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry for the time, for the limited time. Okay. Um, Pak Dedi, Pak Dedi.
Ya,
Ya.
ya, Bu Eva S. Wilton ya.
Ya.
Kenapa Bu? Siap?
Ya, sudah.
Finish?
Ya, sudah Pak.
Oh ya. Thank you to our presenter. She is Mrs. Eva S. Wilton. Thank you very much for the presentation.
You're welcome, Pak Dedi. Yeah.
Okay, and then let's have the next agenda. We are going to get discussion or ask and answer, right? Okay, let's get the discussion start. Maybe you have some questions or some statement. Okay, the stage is for you, for the participant. If you have some question, okay, right here will go. Mangga, silahkan diskusi atau tanya jawab atau ada pernyataan mungkin tambahan gitu. Bagaimana Bu Eva Gultom, kita buka sesi tanya jawab atau diskusi ataukah ada
silakan.
penambahan pemaparan?
Tidak ada penambahan pemaparan, Pak. Ya, silakan kalau ada yang mau bertanya.
Ya, kita langsung aja ya. Mangga silahkan untuk partisipan, untuk anggota dari VCT skill set batch 8 grup 10 yang mau ada pertanyaan silahkan, kami persilahkan.
Assalamualaikum, boleh izin bertanya, Pak Dedi?
Iya tentu, iya silahkan Pak Asep Parit ya. Betul Pak Asep Parit?
Saya dengan Pak Asep Parit ya.
Iya ya, silahkan Pak, silahkan langsung ke Ibu Gultom.
Iya, oke, terima kasih atas waktunya. Izin bertanya, ini bagi guru pemula ya, guru pemula untuk mengajar bahasa Inggris, bagaimana trik and tipsnya ketika mengajar berbahasa Inggris kepada peserta didik kita supaya kita tidak gugup dalam mengajar bahasa Inggris. Terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Asep untuk pertanyaannya. Ini mau saya jawab langsung atau bagaimana Pak Dedi?
Iya Bu, saya rasa pertanyaan itu untuk Ibu, silahkan langsung saja Bu.
Baik. Baik Pak Asep, jadi sebelumnya itu saya sebelum jadi dosen kan saya pernah mengajar dari tingkat SD sampai SMA. Nah, waktu awal saya mengajar memang saya tidak pede dengan kemampuan saya sendiri. Jadi waktu itu saya memang mengajar di kelas Cambridge. Kebetulan mereka pakai buku Pearson waktu itu kan. Nah, trik saya untuk membuat saya pede itu pertama saya minta beberapa dari mereka itu untuk membacakan dulu atau share tentang apa yang mereka dapat dengan guru sebelumnya di pelajaran bahasa Inggris. Nah, nanti setelah itu saya buatkan diskusi kelompok. Nah, dari diskusi kelompok kan kita bisa tahu, oh ini anaknya tipe belajar bahasa Inggrisnya nih bagaimana. Misalnya dia tipe orang yang fluent, ngomongnya lancar. Terus nanti ada yang satu lagi anak dia tipenya yang sedang-sedang. Nah, dari situ nanti kita bisa kolaborasi, Pak. Jadi saya gabungkan tuh anak-anak yang fluent sama yang sedang sama yang tidak. Nah, dari situ nanti saya ambil kesimpulan sendiri dari apa yang mereka bahas. Nah, selagi mereka berkolaborasi, mereka diskusi kelompok, saya biasanya tuh saya desain konklusi buat saya sendiri, jadi dalam bentuk bahasa Inggris. Nah, kenapa? Karena kan kita, apalagi guru pemula, waktu itu saya butuh waktu untuk menyusun, benar nggak ini kata-kata bahasa Inggrisnya atau tidak begitu Pak. Karena apalagi kan kalau kita yang masih fresh graduate kan pasti agak-agak gimana gitu waktu mengajar mereka yang ternyata mahasiswa kita tuh sudah di atas kita ternyata sudah lebih dari kita gitu. Jadi begitu sih Pak di awal-awal di hari pertama sampai di minggu pertama. Jadi biasanya saya observasi dulu nih tipe-tipe siswanya bagaimana. Setelah itu baru saya kan biasanya kalau mata pelajaran tuh ada koordinator mata pelajaran. Jadi saya nanti diskusi bagaimana yang seharusnya untuk kelas yang seperti ini. Begitu Pak Asep. Semoga membantu ya Pak Asep ya pertanyaannya.
Oh iya, terima kasih. Boleh satu lagi?
Oh iya, silakan Pak Asep.
Menurut Ibu, lebih baik yang diajarkan itu terkait materi grammarnya atau langsung ke speaking English-nya? Terima kasih.
Oh, baik Pak Asep. Oke, jadi gini Pak, sebenarnya ini kan problem buat kita semua, apalagi kita tidak pede dengan bahasa Inggris. Kalau saya di kelas awal saya pertama masuk, memang saya mengharuskan mahasiswa saya untuk ngomong bahasa Inggris. Tapi dengan catatan grammar itu saya kesampingkan. Karena kalau saya lebih mengutamakan grammar, saya yakin anak-anak itu tidak akan mau ngomong. Begitu. Jadi walaupun mereka cap-cip-cus tapi grammarnya berantakan, selama saya masih mengerti, it's okay Pak. Setidaknya anak-anak itu mereka sudah berani untuk ngomong. Begitu Pak Asep.
Oh iya, baik Bu
Iya,
Eva. Terima
sama-sama
kasih
Pak
atas
Asep.
jawabannya ya.
Iya Pak Asep.
Iya, demikian tanya jawab dari pertanyaan Pak Asep Farid dan sudah dijawab oleh Ibu Eva S. Gultom. Yang pertama, untuk berikutnya ya mungkin yang kedua ya. Silahkan barangkali ada yang mau bertanya. Silahkan waktunya